going on, guys? My name is Brian, also known as That Journaling Guy, and today I'm here to give you a comprehensive review of the Travelers Company's Traveler's Notebook system. Okay, now I'm sure that if you've delved into the journaling community at all, you've come across something like this bad boy right here, or maybe something like this. Okay, and it may have piqued your interest. Now, the idea of a traveler's notebook is like impossibly simple. Okay, all it is a flat piece of leather, okay, that folds over a few notebooks and is held together by an elastic cord. That's it. That is a traveler's notebook. Impossibly simple. Sometimes it's like the guy that invented a clothes hanger. You're like, why didn't I think of that? But those are the best inventions. Okay, do you understand? The best inventions. Honestly, I've been using the system now, I would say the better part of 5 years. I got my passport's traveler's notebook actually in Japan in their Tokyo Station kiosk, okay? And then I got my full-size, regular size traveler's notebook in New York City in 2020 when I made that video, and I picked it up at Kinokuniya. Now, for this review, I want to go over the pros and cons and be as objective as possible to help you better decide whether this is a planning system for you or it's something you might want to look into. I'm going to be upfront. I love this. All right. I may be a little biased. I absolutely love this system. I've been using it without stopping, without ever taking a break from them for the past 5 years. So keep that in mind. But I'm trying to give you the best overall look at what you can expect if you own a traveler's notebook. So let's start with the pros. The first thing that I want to talk about is going to be the material quality of the leather. Mostly the Travelers Company like notebooks are just renowned for like the exceptional material quality. Okay, so it's a really high quality cowhide leather. Okay, it's meant to be durable. Okay, it's supposed to ensure like longevity. It's meant to last like rigorous use. Okay, the ability to just throw it anywhere and everywhere. And as you can see, like if you look closely into my journals, they're like worn down, they're scratched, but that's a little bit of the allure behind it. Like that's kind of what people are looking for. So that's a little bit of the allure behind it. So it's a vegetable tanned leather that sort of develops like a patina over time, right? It's super prone to nicks. Okay, you're gonna see little scratch marks often, but it ages beautifully, smells great. The edges are cut with absolutely no fraying problems. Okay, in the 5 years that I've had this, I want you to remember something like this, okay, when you're considering one of the cons, which will be the price. This is something that's gonna last you a lifetime. I'm not even joking. This is something that's meant to last you a lifetime, either of them. But I think the most important thing you want to take about the material quality is that it just doesn't feel delicate. They feel durable, okay? They feel, how do I say this? You just saw me like sniff my notebook. Listen, it smells like leather. It smells great, and it still maintained the smell 5-6 years later, okay? So just leave me alone. But anyway, they are just really durable. They're really strong. They're gonna last your everyday use, okay? Being thrown around, and they're gonna protect the things inside of them. That's the most important thing. Now, the thing about the material is they come in multiple colors, okay? 2 different sizes, multiple colors, and even special editions. Every year they do have special editions that come out in different color leather, different designs. I really, really want the Kyoto edition. You have no idea. I'm struggling to like find it. I just want a limited edition one so badly, but that's just like FOMO and like the capitalism talking from me, so ignore me. But the material quality, beautiful, long lasting, durable. I'm obsessed. It's great, okay? So that's pro number 1. Pro number 2 is just going to be the idea of having a Travelers Company notebook. It's modular, okay? It's incredibly modular. That's the standout feature from this whole thing. Now, what do you mean? Brian, what does that mean, that it's modular? Well, Mr. Viewer, let me tell you. The whole idea of a traveler's notebook is the ability to pick your inserts, okay? Look at this. Look at this, you see this? Look at that. It's the modular design that allows you to customize this notebook for any need that you have, okay? You can add, remove, rearrange inserts according to whatever you need for that day. That's the flexibility that makes it one of the go-to notebooks for a lot of people. The flexibility that just allows you to use it for various purposes is what draws the majority of the audience, right? Whether it be for journaling, planning, or sketching, there's an insert for everything, right? Now, the modularity of the notebook itself just lends itself to a lot of customization options. When I refer to customization, I mean that there's inserts for almost everything that you might possibly need. And by inserts, they're all numbered right here, okay? An official Travelers Company insert will give you the number and what the insert is. But as of right now, you can find 32 regular size inserts in the Travelers Company website. That's 32 different kinds of notebooks that you could possibly need. They have craft paper, they have watercolor paper, sketching paper, grid paper, blank paper, lined paper, weekly planners, calendars. They have inserts like trifolds, okay? They have card holders. They have card holders. I already decided that, but this one's for the smaller one. They have pockets, okay? They have short trip refills. They have little pocket zipper cases, okay? The insert possibilities are massive. And this is just within the Travelers Company ecosystem, okay? What they offer officially. My next pro is the fact that there are so many third-party options, okay? So many. There's a whole Etsy ecosystem that is thriving off of Travelers Notebook Company aesthetic and supplies. Things like charms, okay? Charms like this. It's my favorite little camera charm. Things like clips, okay? Things like brass card holders, title card holders. I don't know what that's called actually. Hold on. Label plates. Okay. Now these are the official Travelers Company ones, which I love very much, but they're things that you could find third party, things you could find outside of the Travelers Company ecosystem. And I think it's a massive pro because the thing is, which we'll get to, all right, is the cost, right? The availability of a lot of third-party options really brings the cost down of the Travelers Company system in general. There's a lot of things you might not want to splurge on. There's some things you might want to splurge on. The honest thing that I have to tell you is that the quality is going to be very different, right? The Travelers Company and most Japanese companies in general really take pride in their quality. They take pride in providing you with a long-lasting, precisely built product, right? There's a lot of care that goes into it. Now that quality kind of starts to fall off when you go to third-party options, third-party sellers. So you don't expect the same level of anything okay, when it comes to this third-party option. But the thing about it is just there's options. There's going to be custom inserts. There's going to be decorative stickers, different leather covers. There's just, the range is crazy. But okay, so far we have the material quality, the customization and modularity of it, great third-party options, and honestly, it's just a great size. Okay, one of my favorite things about this is just that you can carry different notebooks in this little compact size. Look how small that is. As the name suggests, the Traveler's Notebook is just perfect for on-the-go use. It's a compact and really portable design that makes it super easy to just carry in a bag, in a pocket. I carry this in my pants pocket, by the way. Literally it's my daily carry notebook right now. It's actually my daily carry wallet as well. And just, that it's going to be protected on the inside. But not only is it going to be protected, in this size, you have 3 different notebooks, maybe 4, 3 to 4 different notebooks for different things that you're using them for, okay? You can have your sketchbook, you can have your diary, you can have a sticker book, you can have a watercolor book, all in your little compact traveler's notebook. 4 different notebooks in here. Do you know how big 4 different notebooks would look if I had 4 different notebooks? I'm saying 4 different notebooks a lot, but I'm just giving you an example. But it's like, there, like, you know, like a traveler notebook like this big. You're like, you're carrying 4 of them. I don't know, you know, I just get really excited about this stuff. Anyway, it's just an amazing size. It's really good for people who want to experiment carrying different notebooks or trying out different notebooks, trying out different systems. I really like this size. Okay, good size. Now, it sounds all great. It sounds all nice. But the reality is, there is a dark side to this. There's a dark side. And by the dark side, I mean there's a few cons, but you have to be the one to decide if there's really a dark side, okay? I'm not trying to influence you. I'm trying to give you the facts, and you decide on the facts, does this work for me? So, let's get into the cons. Number 1, obviously, is going to be the cost. These bad boys are not the cheapest, okay? They're not the cheapest notebooks on the market, and I know, I know it's going to be a little bit of a barrier to entry for people. Okay, so the cost of a regular, this right here, is going to run you about $55. And so that's going to be a regular, like, standard kit. And in the kit, you're going to get 1 notebook, a rubber band, a little cotton bag, and the leather flap. Okay, that's all you're going to get in your kit. Oh, and obviously the little elastic, but that's part of your journal. That actually comes inside your journal. $55 untaxed. The limited edition ones, which I think they come out with 1 or 2 a year, I believe it's 1, don't quote me on that, per year, will run you about $68 USD untaxed. Now the inserts are going to vary in prices anywhere from $5 to $13. I was looking up, with the most expensive being like the free diary being at like 13. 13 is kind of expensive for a single notebook where you're actually not getting as many pages as you would if you spent that money on a regular sized notebook, but we'll get to that in a second. The third party options, where you get a stack of 3, okay? This is the Newsler Traveler's Notebook Grid. For a pack of 3, cost me $6. Third-party options come in clutch when you just need to fill up your Traveler's Company with regular notebooks and you don't need their specialized ones, right? Again, even if you do need the specialized, you're gonna find great third-party options, but the beauty of the Traveler's Company inserts themselves is that they use like Midori paper on most of their inserts, which means it's super fountain pen friendly and super high quality, super resistant to a lot of different arts and crafts like paint, markers, watercolor. Just keep that in mind, because a lot of the third-party options aren't like that. If you're just looking for something simple, like a few sketches or maybe just to write notes and stuff like that, third-party options are fine, but just keep that in mind. Now, in terms of the prices, like I said, around $5 to $13 for the inserts, with most of them, like regular notebooks, costing $5.50, the more specialized inserts going up in price between $7 and $13. Now, the free diary is usually out of stock if you don't get them like for the year, because it is a calendar year. So a lot of people order one for the year. Keep that in mind if you're going to use this on a yearly basis. But my prediction, okay, if you're really going to get into the system, the Traveler's Company system, is that you're not just going to get the kit, okay? I think what most people are going to end up getting, this is just my opinion, is going to be the following. I think most people will get a folder, okay? I think they're going to buy an extra notebook. I think they're going to buy a pencil board, all right? And then finally, a brass clip. This little clip, by the way, this thing right here, you see this? Huge lifesaver, monumentally important, and I will explain to that in a second. The clips are important. They're not just for the aesthetic, okay? They're a big deal, but taking all those things into consideration with your purchase, that's the minimum I am saying that you would do to get started with a Travelers Company notebook. It'll run you about $100 USD right now, which is a lot. And that's if you have this self-control, okay? Because that's only one notebook. The inserts there, the way they display it in the stores, let me see if I could find footage from when I went to Kinokuniya. Like, look, you see all the inserts, you see all the possibilities, and it is so easy for your mind to just start going crazy. And you're like, well, maybe I could use this insert for this, and maybe, like, you could easily spend $150 to $200 just getting this notebook set up how you want. So keep that in mind. I think personally you're going to spend a minimum of $100. That's just unfortunately how it is, which is expensive. Okay, it is expensive, and let's not play around and pretend that it's not, because it is. That is con number one. The upfront cost and even the ongoing cost can be a little expensive. If you're replacing your notebooks maybe every 2-3 months, and that's being generous, you're going to consistently be spending, like I said, between $5 and $13 for every single new insert. And we'll get into why that's a bit of a problem in a second. The next is, and this isn't nitpicky, okay? This is a genuine frustration from a lot of the community, including myself, is the fact that it just does not sit flat. Okay, the leather is great. The leather is going to sit flat. The inserts, though, the inserts do not sit flat. Okay, they won't. They won't. Look at that. It does. Oh, excuse me. It does not matter how hard you press it down. By the way, this is a Travelers company insert. This isn't one of the bootleg ones. Okay, I don't want to see any comments like, oh, that's a fake one. No, this is one of the real ones. Okay, look. Frustrating, okay? And this is where the clips are kind of important, because when you're writing, you're gonna be able to go bing bong boop, put down the clip on one side, put down the clip on the other. Now you have a flat notebook. Look at that. That's what it takes to get a flat notebook in the Travelers Company notebook. You need the clips, okay? They're essential. I thought they were dumb. I thought they were just people being pretentious, okay? When they had these clipped onto their journals and putting pictures, it's like, oh, you're just being an asshole. You don't need it. You need it. You need it. I'm serious. But the fact that it doesn't sit flat, if you saw my Hobonichi review, that was one of the most important features of that notebook. One of the most important features for a notebook in general for me, okay? Because it's going to lead me to my next thing. All right, the fact that it doesn't sit flat. Con number 3, and this is a big thing you need to take into consideration, is just the form factor. Okay, the Travelers notebook form factor is a very narrow form factor. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and I need you to understand that for yourself, because it's going to feel a little restricting for a lot of people. It's uncomfortable. It could be a little awkward to write in. Okay, if you're in a confined space, it's going to feel weird to write in unless you're really pressing down the pages, unless you have the clips. It looks kind of small. It takes a little getting used to. But one of my biggest complaints about the narrow form factor in general is going to be this, okay? Like this section right here, writing close to the spine on any one of these inserts is like a mission impossible. Okay, it is so frustrating. You have no idea, because the way that it is, it ends up being, let me see if I could kind of find something here to give you an idea. Like, here, I got it covered up because this is I use this as my personal journal. Like this, look how much space there is still in the spine. Okay, and that's me really trying hard to get as close as I can. But the fact is, it's gonna sit like this. Okay, when you're writing, okay, it's gonna sit like this. And when you're writing, you see how there's that little divot there? Writing into that, fucking annoying, dude. It's the most annoying shit. So You may think it's dumb, but seriously, take that into consideration. You're gonna get frustrated. It could be a frustrating system to get into at first, okay? It's narrow, it's not gonna be a form factor that works for everybody. So that is that con. The final con for Travelers Company notebooks, which kind of takes me up to the cost, is the fact that you're gonna have to be replacing the inserts often. And you're probably like, Brian, why are you gonna have to be replacing them often? Well, to give you an example, the Short Trip Refill, which is $6, by the way, has only 32 pages. Okay, you're like, oof, that's a little rough. Well, dear viewer, it doesn't get better, because most refills, okay, regular notebook refills, also Travelers Company, by the way, it's not the third-party option, is only going to have 64 pages in them. 64. If you're using this every day, okay, every day using one page, you're generously going to be going through one every 2 months. If you really hold back, don't do weekends, one every 3 months. All right, so you're going to be consistently spending more money. Not only that, the form factor of a Travelers Company notebook is a little restricting sometimes, okay? Max, you can fit 3, maybe 4 comfortably in here, 4 inserts, okay? Let me do this. Let me put this in here. Where's my other one? This is 4 inserts. And the reason I don't do 4 inserts is because this little lip here that hangs out, look at that. Look, this little lip, it's just tight right now. And that's me shoving them in there. Not to mention, if you start filling these things up with any kind of crafts, any kind of stickers and stuff, and they get thicker, it's not a good feeling. It's not a great feeling. I know there's a lot of people out there that really like the aesthetic of having a chunky notebook. I unfortunately am not one of them. But I do love how this looks, don't get me wrong. But I was just struggling to keep things in there. Things would hang out. Shit was annoying to write with. Eventually what I ended up doing when I was carrying this much was I would just take out the refill. I'd take out the refill, journal in it, and then pop it back in there, mostly for transport. Yeah, 3 to 4 notebooks, okay, 64 pages each. Depending on what you're using them, you might be going through these pages a lot quicker than you anticipated. So just keep that in mind. There's not really a sense of longevity. If you want something like an insert that's going to last you all year, right, the way a regular notebook would, I don't think this is it. I think you're going to be going through the inserts more quickly than you think you are. So keep that in mind. Long-term planning might not really be the moves here. It might not really be what you want to do with a Travelers Company notebook, okay? Now, who is this for, and my final recommendation? I think the Travelers Company notebook is going to be really good for someone who wants to experiment with a lot of different notebooks, or somebody who requires flexibility in their planning. It's really easy to get caught up in the hype of everything, into the aesthetic, into the brand. It's really easy to want to be part of that community. And then when you have the notebook, you realize, like most things, you don't know what to do with them. You don't know why you went so hard, why you bought so many inserts. So like, have a reason to want to use this. Don't let it just sit there, okay? These things have feelings. At least my journals do. Sometimes I feel bad for not using a journal because I'm like, damn, I should use that journal. You know? I'm sorry, I just ramble to myself sometimes. I might have a problem. But I think this is going to be really important for people who just want to experiment or really want to keep switching things in and out. It's been an incredibly useful tool for me, okay? Do I recommend it? Absolutely. With all the cons and all the things that I'm telling you, it is still one of my favorite notebooks that I have. I love the look, I love the feel, I love the aesthetic of filling those inserts. I think if somebody's gonna really, if you're the type of person that appreciates quality, like craftsmanship, is into like Japanese stationery, looking for like personalization, looking for community, and love the idea of having one notebook to rule them all because you have so many inserts, that kind of like evolves with you over time, because you're going to be switching them out and decorating them, and like really you can do it kind of in chapters of your life, then this is just an excellent choice. If you don't mind the cost, and it's something that's within your budget or you find reasonable, it's a system that could be tailored to any of your needs, right? If you look hard enough, if you look far enough, you're going to find mostly anything that you need, or you can make it yourself. All right, that's what a lot of third-party sellers do. They make their, I'm planning on making my own watercolor inserts, because I don't want to pay $9 for a little notebook that only has 30 pages in it, right? Like, I want to have a good amount. So I'm thinking of making my own inserts, but that doesn't mean I don't love the Travelers Company system in general. So it just offers so much, really. It's beautiful. It's such a good system to have. And I enthusiastically, the same way I do Hobonichi, recommend the Travelers Company notebook. If you really want to look at amazing Travelers Company content and like really great ways of like, and looking for inspiration on how you can use your inserts and your notebook, check out Job's journal. I'm actually going to put down his YouTube channel and Instagram in the description below, so you can see how amazing his journaling style is and how you could really take full advantage of this system, and maybe he can sway you into getting it. Who knows? I know he inspired me immensely to get it, so here we are. Now, before letting you go, before doing whatever you gotta do, realize that there are cheaper systems. Third-party system. This was the first regular size Traveler's notebook that I had. It's not real leather. It's kind of shitty. It's my Japan one. I don't know what that was. Something just fell. But it was my Japan trip where I kept all of the cool stuff and I taped it. I had 1,000 yen in here. Yo, I'm balling in here. Let's go. But realize that you don't have to go balls deep to try it out. If you want to try something a little bit cheaper to get an idea if it's a system that works for you, you can get something for like $15-20 on Amazon right now. Keep that in mind. But I do recommend wholeheartedly this system. Okay, anyway, I hope you guys found that helpful. I hope I kind of brought you onto the Travelers Company side. Please let me know if you use one. I'd really like to know how you use your inserts, how long you've been in the system, or if you're gonna give it a try. Make sure to leave a comment down below. If you like this content, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, leave me a thumbs up, and just so you know, my sticker shop is finally open again. If you want to support me or support this channel, just head over to my sticker shop and buy some of these Avi stickers, which there's a whole bunch coming very soon. I can't wait to keep filling up the store with new designs. But if you want for planner stickers, if you're looking for any kind of planner stickers, make sure to check out Screen and Quill, which is my personal Etsy shop, and you'll be supporting this channel and me to continue doing stuff like this for you. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.